When I was little, my father was famous. He was the greatest samurai in the empire. He cut off the heads of 131 lords.
Hey everybody, Jerry Williams, aka Greater Sapien here. Thanks for stopping by. Today we are looking at another claim from Eric Dubay's 200 Proofs Earth is Not a Spinning Ball. We come to number 122. Quoting Alan Daves, if the government or NASA had said to you that the Earth is stationary, imagine that. And then imagine we were trying to convince people that no, it's not stationary, it's moving forward at 32 times the rifle bullet speed and spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. We would be laughed at. We would have so many people telling us, you are crazy, the Earth is not moving. We would be ridiculed for having no scientific backing for this convoluted moving Earth theory. And not only that, but then people would say, oh, then how do you explain the fixed calm atmosphere and the sun's observable movement? How do you explain that? Imagine saying to people, no, the atmosphere is moving, but somehow magically Velcro to the moving Earth. The reason it's not simply because the Earth is stationary. So what we are actually doing is what makes sense. We are saying that the moving Earth theory is nonsense. The stationary Earth theory makes sense and we are being ridiculed. You've got to picture it being the other way around just to realize how ridiculous this situation is. This theory from the government and NASA that the Earth is rotating and orbiting and leaning over and wobbling is absolute nonsense, and yet people are clinging to it tightly like a teddy bear. They just can't bring themselves to face the possibility that the Earth is stationary though all the evidence shows it. We feel no movement. The atmosphere hasn't been blown away. We see the sun move from east to west. Everything can be explained by a motionless Earth without bringing in all these assumptions to cover up previous assumptions gone bad. So has Dubay just completely run out of proofs? Did he run out of things to copy from Robotham and Carpenter and is now rummaging through the couch cushions looking for loose claims? Because this is, if we're the other way around, you wouldn't believe the globe if it was proposed, and that's not proof. But let's start at the top. The government and NASA are not the drivers of the shape of the world. I understand that you need to have a boogeyman, but the shape of the world has been known and taught centuries, millennia before the US existed. But you seem to forget that the heliocentric model met resistance and had to prove itself, as did the stellar model, removing the sun as the center of the universe. In other words, you're asking a what if about something that actually already happened. But let's play that game for a brief moment. If you are proposing the accepted model we have today, you would have a model, something flat and stationary earthers do not have. You would be able to predict and explain phenomena to a greater degree than the government model. You would go through the rigor of scientific review and come out on top because the math and science would confirm your claims. All the things that the accepted globe model went through, and you are unwilling and unable to do with the flat earth concept. You wouldn't be flat earth deniers. You would be globe earth proponents. 200 proofs would be submitted to journals around the world. You wouldn't be saying the things proposed in this quote because that's not what's being said by people like me now. No one is saying the atmosphere is magically Velcroed to the moving Earth. No one is saying rotating and orbiting and leaning over and wobbling, and yet people are clinging to it tightly like a teddy bear. That's all you. You say all the evidence shows it and everything can be explained, yet you show very little evidence, and so very little is explained. If the only things to be explained were why do we feel no movement and why isn't the atmosphere blown away? Then a flat model would be enough. But there are so many more questions than that. And people have been asking them for centuries. And since a flat, stationary, geocentric model couldn't answer them, we won.
That's my job! That's what I do! I don't lose! I win! Is there no one on this planet to even challenge me?
Maybe you came by to congratulate me on last night's victory.